Hey, good morning, everyone. How we doing today? Happy Monday, and welcome to Wake Up with Greg. I am your host, Greg Rosander with Palin Music Center, and it is really great to be here. To quote Karen Carpenter, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. But I'm not down today because I'm here with you. It is raining outside. It's raining pretty good, so it's not necessarily a pretty day. I know my wife is having a lovely day with her kindergarten class indoor recess today. So love you, babe. Have a good day. Hey, but it's great to be here. What are we doing this morning? We are here every morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time on our Palin Music YouTube channel. We are here to share amazing, cool, awesome, phenomenal, all those great adjectives, instruments for you that are available for you to purchase on our website right now at palinmusic.com or by giving me a call at 417-882-7006. We got a little something special in store today, instrument-wise. I'll leave that for the last instrument of the day to surprise you. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Plus, we're here to just, share some of my quirks, my life, the things I'm interested in, things that I think you might be interested in, or maybe not, but just some fun stuff, sharing life with you and having a good time. I've got all of these, business things we need to ask you to do. So please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. We are over 900 subscribers now. We can get to 1,000 this week. I believe in you all. We can do it. So just hit that subscribe button. It helps us to be able to bring more and better content to you. So yeah, please do that. Hit the bell icon so you can get the notification so you'll know when to watch. Like I said, 8:30 every weekday morning right here. And finally, please join us in the chat. Please leave your comments or questions. I can see the chat going on as I'm sitting here, so I can answer your questions live. Or if you're not able to watch this live, you can certainly watch it later, and you can still leave your comments or questions, and I will respond to you at that time. So yeah, hey, it's Monday. Let's get this party started. We will start it off with some really killer horns today, and I've got the white gloves. Oh,
I think you're supposed to talk about your shirt and watch game today, Greg.
Oh, did you notice that sultry, deep voice in the background? That is our guest producer this week, Max. Welcome, Max. Good morning.
Thank you, Greg.
Good to have you with us while our buddy Jordan is out enjoying hopefully better weather than we are.
It's a pleasure to be your Paul Schaefer.
It's a pleasure to be my Paul Schaefer. I love it. I love it. Well, but do you play keys? We need to get some keys going here so you can give me some interlude music. All right, Max mentioned the shirt and the watch. We'll get those out of the way. I know my shirt today may be a little understated. This is the second shirt. I said I don't wear solid colors much, but this is another one. But this is my favorite guy. You know him. You love him. Daniel Cremieux. This is I don't know if you can tell, kind of a corduroy. You see the little ridges in there? It's like my most comfortable shirt ever. I love this thing. I'd sleep in this thing. This is such a comfy shirt. And, I'm just looking at on the camera. It has some cool kind of, I don't know, some weird lighting. It's making it look really cool. Anyway, all right, so that's my shirt. The watch, you've seen it if you've been watching the show. Upside down, this is my fossil tank. We'll just show it that way. This is with the cream face and the leather band, and then I've got the black version of that as well. Just love these tank style watches, they're kind of rectangular. They're just really cool. You don't see them a whole lot these days, but maybe you do. I don't know. But anyway, that's my watch. That's my shirt. So let's jump into some horns, shall we? We've got a new one you haven't seen on this show yet, but you may have seen it out and about. This is a trombone. We're going to start it off with Trombone-a-thon. No, we're not going to do that today. This is only one trombone for today, but this is a cool one. This is a Bach BTB, or Bach Trombone. Well, before I open this up, let me show you this case. This is the BTB 411. Check out this case. I don't know if I can get the whole thing on screen there. Really cool zippered case, kind of lightweight. It's got the backpack straps on the back so you can carry it around. Super protective, but really, really cool. Got a big accessory pocket on the outside there, so lots of room for fun and stuff. So let's dig into this guy and see what we got. Like I said, this is the Bach BTB 411. This is what I would consider an entry pro horn, or maybe an intermediate level horn. But yeah, check it out. It's still a beautiful piece, and certainly an awesome horn, especially for those of you just getting into an F attachment horn. This is the, check out the engraving there. Got some pretty detail on there. This is the BTB 411. So what do we have here? We've got a large bore trombone with a 457, or excuse me, 547 bore. A little dyslexic there this morning. Yellow brass bell. So you see the bell, nice and pretty, gold lacquer finish. You've got the nickel silver appointments on the slides. This is an open wrap configuration. You can see the open wrap there with the rotor trigger. Nice smooth action on there. Yeah, so this is a really excellent horn. 8.5-inch bell. Let me show you the slide here. And the case is just really cool, actually. Got these little Velcro straps to hold everything in. Kind of cool. So we got the slide here. Again, yellow brass outer slide. And then we've got the nickel silver on the crook down here, which gives you a little added structure stability to the horn. You got the chrome plated nickel inner slide with, again, the nickel appointments on the top. Looks like you've got a removable lead pipe in there, so you could probably get some alternate lead pipes with that if you needed such a thing. But this is a great entry-level pro horn, or intermediate level, if you will. But again, this is available on our website right now at palinmusic.com. Or, as always, give me a call, 417-882-7006. And as Alec likes to remind me, I love to say, check it out. All right, so that's horn numero uno. All right, so that's one down. We got two more for you, but let's jump into some other stuff first. We've got our musical recommendation of the day, and this is going to be kind of a two-part thing. Two-part meaning I'm going to do part of it now and part of it as my cool thing later. But I'm going to jump right into this first piece here, and what I want to show you, I'll talk in more detail about this in a little bit, but this is what I want to share with you today. This is the Tonight Show Band with Doc Severinsen. So which Tonight Show band are we talking about? We're talking about the OG, baby. This is Johnny Carson's band. This is Doc Severinsen leading the band along with Tommy Newsom. Guys, this is one of the greatest big bands ever assembled. I mean, all of the guys in this band played with many of the other great big band artists. And I'm going to talk more about that, but let's talk about the song I want you to check out specifically. And I know this is available on streaming. I know it's on Spotify, and it's probably on the others as well. But the song that I absolutely, there's not a bad song on this record, but the song that I love the most on this album is called Skyliner. And it's one of those songs, you can kind of picture yourself like at a country club or a yacht club or something, you know, hanging out with good friends, you know, on a boat somewhere, or you're in a high-rise looking out over the city. I don't know. It's got all kinds of really cool context to it. But, man, it's such a great song. And it's got such a fun, cool vibe. So check that song out. It's called Skyliner, and it's an older standard song. It's been around for decades, and it's been done by a number of different artists. But this is my favorite version, and this is the band you need to listen to. The Tonight Show Band with Doc Severinsen from the OG Johnny Carson's Tonight Show, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Skyliner, check it out. That's my musical suggestion for the day.
Very cool, Greg.
Oh, thanks, Max. Have you ever heard of that band, Max?
Of course I have.
Of course you've heard of it, but I mean, have you ever listened to it?
I remember seeing a drum off, I think, between Doc, because he was the drummer, right?
No, Doc was a trumpet player.
Who's the drummer?
Ed Shaughnessy.
I saw one that's between Ed and Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich,
It's a
yes.
great video online.
And as you know, the world knows, Buddy Rich is heralded as one of the greatest drummers of all time. But I tell you what, Ed Shaughnessy was right there with him, note for note, beat for beat. I mean, they're both phenomenal drummers, and you should check out that video if you can find it out there. Ed Shaughnessy versus
Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich.
Clams,
I just
Greg,
blanked.
clams.
It's Monday, so yeah, check that out as well. I need some coffee. I need to get my brain waking up here. All right, got the fancy gloves back on. We're going to hit horn number 2. Now this is another Bach instrument, and this is a legendary horn. This is the industry standard. This is the horn of all horns that can play and do anything. You want to play jazz, you want to play funk, you want to play R&B, you want to play pop, you want to play classical, you want to play, I don't know, Baroque, whatever you want to play on a trumpet, you can do it with this horn. It is the most versatile instrument out there. If you don't know by now, this is the Bach. Check out this case. Nice, traditional, old school hardwood case. Got kind of the alligator skin looking appointments on there. Really classic brass hardware. Just a beautiful piece. This is the Bach 180 S37. So 180 series. S for silver. 37, which designates the bell. So what do we have here? Check it out. We have a beautiful, simple in design as far as like, you know, decorations are concerned. No real fancy engraving on there, but I'll zoom in on the logo there. You can see that. Bach. This is the Bach Stradivarius. So what do we have here? We've got a medium large bore, 459 bore, with a 4.8 inch bell on there. Yellow brass, solid one piece hand hammered bell. You've got the double bracing on the tuning slide. Just all your standard features that you want. I believe it's a one piece valve casing. You've got the mother of pearl key touches there. It has the number 25 lead pipe with, like I said, the 37 bell. All the different bells and lead pipes just give you different tonal options. You know, the different bells, like the 43 bell and the 72 bell, give you a little bit of different flair, a little bit different bore on them. So, yeah. And, you know, you got the kind of hexagonal mouthpiece receiver there, which is a Bach. I don't know if it's trademarked, but it's certainly an indication of a Bach. You've got the third valve slide lock there, so when you're sliding that, you won't go flying off the end. Really, you kind of, I don't know if you can see the detail on the water key there. You've got the same hexagonal design on the water key. So yeah, this is the Bach Stradivarius Model 180 S37, available now, right now, on palinmusic.com, and give me a call, 417-882-7006. This is a beautiful horn, guys. This is the one for you. Let's see who's chatting today. Yo, Greg, loving the chill shirt vibes today. Thank you. The Fanta Freak, can I have a shout out, please? Yes, shout out to Fanta Freak. Thank you for watching. Hey, Fanta, where are you watching from? Tell me where you are. And of course, my good buddy Uncle Ken is on there as well. He's watching from, where are you, Ken? Alabama? I think that's where you are. Arkansas? No, you're not in Arkansas. Anyway, Florida. Who knows where you are right now? Hope you're having a good day, y'all. All right, that's horn number 2, Bach Strad. Hey, check out the inside of this case. Woo! Fancy. All right, I got one more horn for you, which is the wild card for today, but we'll jump into that in just a bit. And now is the time on the show where Max says, "Greg, show me something cool."
Hey, Greg, could you please show me something cool?
Ah, yes, there he is. All right. So, as I said, I'm going to kind of elaborate more on this Tonight Show band. I brought a couple other, as far as I know, there are only 3 recordings, at least that I'm aware of, specifically released on LP or on CD, or now on streaming. But the first, I showed you the first one. This is Volume 1, Doc Severin's Tonight Show Band. The second one doesn't look much different, but hey, Johnny's got himself in this one. So we got Johnny Carson right there. This is Volume 2. And then the third one, which looks completely different, I don't have it on LP, but I do on CD, Doc Severinsen and the Tonight Show Band, Once More with Feeling. Some great tunes on this particular one. Of course, they have guest artist Tony Bennett, the late, great Tony Bennett. Sadly, we lost him just this last year. Legendary crooner vocalist. The guy was phenomenal. He sang with everybody. I mean, of course, the last few things he did was with Lady Gaga, but he also did with Diana Krall, both some of my absolute favorite artists. So there's cool songs on here. One of the ones in particular, where is it? Isn't She Lovely? The Stevie Wonder classic. Really cool. I thought it would be fun to do that but it's actually talking about his child as opposed to like his lover or wife or girlfriend or whatever. So I originally thought it would be a cool song to have my wife walk down the aisle to, but we changed our minds on that. But so why the Tonight Show Band? Because there's nothing like this out there anymore. I mean, you've got Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band. You've got, I'm sure there are a few other big bands that are still making it, but they're modern style bands. These are the classic big bands. All of these guys played with multiple artists: Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, all of those guys. Listen to some of these names: trumpet players John Aldino, Snooky Young, Condi Candoli, Maury Harris, and then saxophones: Tommy Newsom, Bill Perkins, John Bainbridge, and then of course two legends, tenor icons, Pete Chrislieb and Ernie Watts, who are still out there and are still killing it today. The names go on: Gil Falco, Bruce Paulson, Ernie Tax, so on and so on. Legendary songs. I mean, Begin the Beguine, King Porter Stomp, How Long Has This Been Going On, 1 O'Clock Jump. What's on Volume 2? Volume 2, I think, is it Volume 2 that has it? Yes. Oh my gosh. Take the A Train on this one, guys. The Duke Ellington classic version, but this just smokes. I remember taking this record into my jazz appreciation class in college and playing that song, and it was just super cool. So yeah, I mean, I don't have to go on and like elaborate too much more. We talked about Ed Shaughnessy, phenomenal drummer. I mean, never misses a beat, but also just like a hit or an accent or a lick or just everything on there is just, oh, it's so great. And to imagine, what would it have been like to be in the studio audience listening to this band, watching Johnny's show? I mean, because they played during all the commercial breaks and before the show and after the show. And I mean, listening to the greatest musicians, the greatest band, I think one of the greatest bands ever assembled of all time, not just in big bands, but bands in general, like across the board. You can challenge me on that. Please feel free. I would appreciate it. So yeah, Volume 1, Tonight Show Band. Volume 2, Tonight Show Band. And the third, it's not called Volume 3, but Volume 3 is Doc Severinsen and the Tonight Show Band, Once More with Feeling. This was the last time. Basically, it was because Johnny retired. I mean, and the whole band scene changed, and then Jay Leno came on. And now, that's not to discount all of the other late night bands. I mean, like the Roots and Jay Leno's band with Kevin Eubanks leading it. And I mean, Branford Marsalis, which I've talked about, was the first leader of Jay Leno's band, and then turned it over to Kevin Eubanks after a couple years. But there's a lot of great stuff out there. But this band set the scene. They set the bar, and I don't think it's ever been touched since then. So check them out, the Tonight Show Band with Doc Severinsen. I'm sure it's all on your streaming services everywhere you look. So let me know your thoughts. I'd love to know. Hey, there he is. Ken's in Birmingham. That's where Birmingham, Alabama. I was right. My brain doesn't quite work on a Monday, but yeah, we got you. Fanta, you haven't responded. Where are you? Can I have a shout out? Shout out to Fanta. Tell me where you're watching from, my friend. Getting the coffee down. All right. So we got one more horn for you. Is it a horn or is it not a horn? We don't know.
Really setting the scene, Greg.
I'm really setting the scene. We've got something cool. Something you haven't seen on this show before, I know for a fact. I'm going to show you the case. Ooh, what does that look like? Kind of looks like maybe a soprano saxophone. Could it be? It could be, but it's not. What is this? Well, let's... Oh, come on, zipper. I almost couldn't reach it there. This... Oh, I guess it was already unzipped. I just zipped it closed. There we go. Nice. Thanks for the assist, Max. All right. Here we go, guys. What is this? I know. You're shaking your heads like, I don't know what that is. This show is about instruments. That doesn't look like an instrument. Well, it is. This is a really killer instrument, guys. This is the Yamaha YDS 150 digital saxophone. Yes, that's right. And like, it's more of like a saxophone than they've ever made in their digital wind instruments before. You actually have a legit mouthpiece with a reed. You have an actual brass bell on this guy. I'm not going to play it. I don't really have a sound system here to hook it up to, but it is fingered like a saxophone. It's got all of the traditional saxophone fingerings. It has all of your keys from up to the high F sharp and down to a low A, which low A on a soprano sax is nothing you would ever see in your life. But because this is digital and there are bari sax sounds in here, you can get that low A. 73 onboard sounds. Some of them synthetic sounds, and I think 50, I don't know if it's 73 plus 56 saxophone sounds, different saxophones. So you can do everything from a sopranino to a bass sax probably. You've got here's the octaves, the octave key on the top, and then the bottom one, which would be your low A, which would get you down to the low A. You can also just on the fly transpose with this saxophone. So like your altos and baries, which are in E flat, you can put this in E flat to play those. Like your sopranos and tenors that are in B flat, you can do it for those. Or you can put it in C, so you can play along with anybody. It's got all kinds of, it's got volume control. It's got pitch bend wheels on here. It's got toggle switch. I mean, it's just loaded with stuff. This is a really cool piece, guys. And it's available on our website right now. It runs off of batteries, I think, or you can charge it on USB. The YDS 150 Yamaha digital saxophone. This is available also right now on our website at palinmusic.com. And, Donald Trump is saying hello. I have trouble believing that's the real Donald Trump, but hey, we'll say hi to the former president. Donald Trump. Charlie Parker's with us today. Good morning, Charlie. Jennifer, what is going on here? I eat carpets? I'm sorry, that sounds kind of weird. All right, so there it is. Check this out on our website right now, palinmusic.com.
We have a question in the chat. Why would I buy it over a conventional saxophone?
Why would you buy it over a conventional saxophone? Is it Jonathan Senna? Johnson? Like the Jonathan?
Jonathan Cena?
Yeah, hey, maybe we got some wrestlers on here. So why would you buy this over a conventional saxophone? Well, here's my theory on digital saxophones. I would buy and play a digital saxophone so that I can have an instrument that I know and am comfortable with and feel like fingering-wise, I know how to play a saxophone, so I know what the fingerings are. But with the digital saxophone, I don't want my digital saxophone to sound like a saxophone. Unless I'm trying to play like a bari sax that I don't have on hand, or a sopranino or something that I don't have on hand. But my idea of a digital wind instrument is so that you can sound like anything else. You want to play a saxophone, but you want to sound like a flute. You want to play a saxophone, but you want to sound like a trombone. You want to play a saxophone, but you want to sound like an electric guitar. Whatever it is, you can do that with this, and that's what's cool about a digital sax. Is would you choose it over a conventional saxophone? Only if that's what you want to do. If you want to be able to play one instrument but sound like 1,000 others, that's what you can do. And you can plug this into any other sound module and utilize the sounds on any of those other sound modules. So that's what a digital sax is going to do for you. I don't play a digital sax to sound like a saxophone. I play a digital sax, well, I don't, but if I did, it would be so that I can sound like anything else other than a saxophone, but still have the comfort and familiarity of a saxophone fingering. So that's what I would recommend.
Is there any maintenance involved?
As with any musical instrument, there's maintenance involved. You'll need to clean it from time to time. It's not going to be as maintenance heavy as like a traditional saxophone. But you want to take care of your instruments. The keys are all they're plastic keys, but it's a strong mechanism. So, but I don't think you're going to have any issues with like keys getting out of alignment or anything like that, like you would on a traditional metal saxophone. But yeah, certainly every instrument's going to need some additional care. You always want to care for your instruments. And the reeds, reeds wear out over time, so you'll probably want to change out your reed on that, although it is a synthetic reed, which will last a long time. But it gives you a more authentic feel to that. So, yeah. What else we got on here? Yeah, is any kind of maintenance? Answered that. Conventional saxophone, got that. I think we've hit all of the bells and whistles, unless anybody else has any further questions before we wrap this up for the day. I'm just going to leave that there for now. No? Well, hey, thank you guys for watching. It's been a great Monday morning. We're off to a great start. As I've always said, I'm here every week, every day, weekday, Monday through Friday at 8:30 Central Time a.m. Right here on our YouTube channel at Paley Music. So please check us out. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. We're at 922. I know we can get to 1,000 subscribers this week. Let's do it. I believe in you. Share this with all your friends, family, relatives, whatever. Share it, and let's have some fun together, shall we? One last note. Oh, wait a minute.
Your wisdom.
Oh, my wisdom. Well, it's not my wisdom. It's somebody else's wisdom, but I'm going to share it with you. This is from an English novelist by the name of George Eliot. Now, George Eliot is not actually George Eliot. That is a pen name. George Eliot is actually Mary Ann Evans, which was very common in the 1800s and in the early 1900s. Female authors, had to present themselves as male authors in order to get published. So, not as common today, thankfully, but it did happen. So Mary Ann Evans, was an English novelist, poet, journalist, translator, and one of the leading writers of the Victorian era. And this is what she, aka George Eliot, has to say about music. There is no feeling except the extremes of fear and grief that does not find relief in music. Music is healing, folks. It touches the heart, it touches the soul. It's good for you. Get out there and listen to some music, make some music, share music with your friends. It's a great quote to send you off today on this rainy but yet beautiful Monday morning. So just remember, guys, we are helping people make meaningful music. It's what we do. And when you're ready, I'm here for you too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.